we're starting the day at mini stop as I always do, but I think this is the first time I've ever shown this to you. This is where I sit here in the darkness here. This second chair from the end table right there. And then there's two staff in there right now. The guy that usually helps me and the owner. And I'll get my melon pond and I'll start writing. Let's go inside. It's our dog walk time. Cherry blossoms are popping out. And I want to share with you a little thought. The gardening, I'm having a rough time with the garden, and I'm realizing now why so many in the past would revere the oldsters, because simply put, they know how, or they knew how. Okay, I'm filling a little time with good use as we wait to take Dad on our afternoon or midday outing is what it is, and I want to show you what I'm looking at. I'm exploring around the back end of the garden here, a place that I really I've only been to once. There's something metal right there. Look at that. We'll go see what that is in just a second. And I just found this drain over here in these large rocks here. That seems to be coming down from the rice terrace area above. And I know it flows well, and it's completely dry, even though we've had rain just as recently as just a few days ago. Heavy rain. And the rain is dripping down right now, just starting. So it's clearly not a drainage problem, even though it's completely clogged. I know it drains out. But that's interesting to note. These big, heavy stones are here as well. Comes up here. It's a big tree. I don't know what kind of tree that is. It's just coming into some greenery. Big, heavy climbing vines, like boa constrictors climbing up the side of that thing. Look at the size of that thing. But it's been killed. Someone cut it sometime back, long enough back that it's had a chance to die in place. So that should be easy to remove. Looks like a pipe sticking out right over there, kind of. More wood elements here. Here's something in the middle. I think I know what that is. It's an old cart, I believe. One of those hand carts from back in the days. You know, it's almost completely disintegrated. Remember, this area hasn't been used for 70 years. Or at least no one's actively used it. It's clearly there's evidence of some humanity's use. But this is one of those carts, so it would have been used to haul stuff around. Looks like there's other things in there. And another very large tree right here. Looks like it's starting to sprout maybe. So still alive. And another big stone here. I think I'm going to use this as a green disposal area. I'm going to put some of the cuttings right there. At least for now. I'll forge a little trail right through here. It won't take me much effort. Just stomp a little bit. Some big stumps right there. Just clear this area through here and I'll make a little trail. Then I can start taking the green clearings. This is the area, part of the garden that I've started so far. Man, that's a lot of work to make. But my sister-in-law pointed something out interesting to me yesterday. Very interesting. She observed that this plant right here is green tea. And there's not just a small amount of it. It extends all the way over there and then all the way through here, suggesting that perhaps this was once a green tea farm here. And I bet she was spot on. Lots of flowering plants here, maybe berries of a sort. You got spines. Of course, the never-ending rooted plants all over the place. The flowers have mostly dropped off of that early blooming plant right there. Perhaps, well, I know what it is. It's chestnut. As you can see. Right here. Chestnut tree here. How do I know it's chestnut? Well, there's chestnuts on the ground. Well, maybe this isn't. That's certainly a chestnut. There's chestnuts under there. You can see right here. This is chestnut full. You know, there's a chestnut right there from last season. Ow! And the spikes, of course. Ow! That'll get you. So maybe this is a cherry tree. That's the chestnut because it has no flowers. I thought this was chestnut too, but given the flowers, maybe it's a cherry tree. And then these flowers blooming here. And then more of here's where that drainage I showed you before, culvert continues. It's quite a large wall right there. It makes me wonder about things. There's the property line for that house, which it's amazing. I've never walked over here. The property line, this is our neighbor. No one lives there, but the house is managed and maintained. And then some blocks there. That's clearly the property line for that place, which seems to extend over here. Then I think it comes to an end right there, and then makes a left turn and goes over there. That would be that triangle thing I see on one old property map that I looked at. I don't know what this is. Another citrus tree. Does it have spines? It sure does, right there. So these citrus spines are one of the delineators, although nothing clearly on it. Huh. Someone has cut it. Curious. Thought it seemed like a plant popping out here. Maybe a flowering plant of some sort. And then here's the chestnut tree in all its glory. Yeah, I'm going to take this waste here and move it over there. And slowly cleaning things up, clearing things out. And there's the river. They're doing some construction on that house over there. Okay, I think that's enough of that. Okay, to start the day off, we're taking Dad, that's Dad right there, to this fish market right next to the port here in Shimizu. Let me show you. Sorry for the wind noise. This is Shimizu port. And there's a cruise ship in town, so there's lots of foreigners here right now. Pleasant place. Well, I mean, pleasant if you like ports. I do. I like old ones. Let's go inside and see. So this is the place. It's a line of restaurants, multiple floors, sushi restaurants, all at very good prices. They're more expensive than I remember them the last time I was here. Lots of little restaurants all around. A lot more expensive than I remember. Prices have gone up. Oh, this is the place I think that we used to come down to, like Maguro land, tuna land. Wow, yeah, a whole bowl full of tuna right there. Little arcade, little shops, more tuna. That says Maguro right there. One of them Dad likes. I think that's what we're looking for. Maybe that's it. Some of these places are empty, inexplicably. Some of them are brimming over. Wow, look at that. Now I'm kind of leveraging the fact that there's a cruise ship in town and lots of foreigners like looking like me with cameras out to let the camera run a little longer. I'm trying to avoid people's faces, just get you the ambience of the place. 2,780, wow. It's not cheap. That one looks good. Oh, that's a good price. 1,080 for all that with all that maguro. That looks good. Those look good too. $21.80. So I'll read off some of the prices here. So that's going to be about $16. That's all maguro tuna. That's going to be about the same price. A little less, $15 for the big old fish. Look at that spread right there for 3,000. So $27, maybe $25 for all.
That's a lot of sashimi.
That is a lot. That's quite a spread up there for $18.40. So about $15 with all that maguro. Looking good. That's the place, and as you can see, there's an upstairs too, and it goes on and on out there. Out here, heads out to the harbor area again. So this place specializes in ochazuke. So they pour the hot tea into the bowl, and you can enjoy it like that. That really sounds good on a cold day like this. That's some nice ones. This is the second floor, and a lot less crowded. Well, that's a heap. That's a heap of fish, and it comes with a big old flank of. That sounds good with a big old flank of.
But long line.
Oh. Yeah, there's a lot of people, but I kind of like that with that big old piece of fish as well. And you got samples too. Don't mind if I do. That's a big, juicy sample. Oh my gosh, that is beyond belief. Mama, you have free samples? Oh, sure. Big sample too. How about that? It's called a maguro ippai don. A whole bunch, literally the whole bunch of maguro bowl. That looks good for 1,500 yen. So basically $10 for all that fish. So here's what we got. So it's a top with the maguro, and then the seaweed and cucumber and various other things. Lots of rice. I got the big rice size. Got some pickles on the side. Lots of wasabi. Some seaweed over there, and this is full of soy sauce to then drape over the top to enjoy. And Dad got a nice one with maguro. That looks good. And Mom got a nice one too. All right, let's enjoy. Okay, so Yumiko puts the soy sauce from the container into her wasabi, and then mixes that up. I've never seen this done. Right. Well, I mean, it's done all the time, but it's a little bit different. And then you pour it out from there, over the top. Drizzle, drizzle. See, I would have done it different. I would have just poured the soy sauce over the top and then added the wasabi. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. I would have overdone it. Well, we finished our meal. This is interesting. These are vending machines where you can get local products of Shimizu Harbor. This is Toro sea chicken. Like, think of tuna fish, but from Toro, the really expensive cut, 700 yen, $5 or so. Down to some more stuff. White meat tuna with olive oil. That's some fancy stuff too. And then the cheaper stuff down here, $3.20. And they have the same things, various products over here. I've seen that one in the supermarket right there before. Yeah, pretty nice. And this is the fish market building. So over in this building, you can see long rows of fishmongers, right? Flying their wares. You get good prices here. A few clams. Various things over there. There's some salmon.
Oh, that looks good.
It does. Lots of stuff over here. I remember from before they had lots of areas where they had lots of fish like swimming around, right? There's a whole bunch of maguro. That's tuna heart. Shinzo desu. It's the heart of the maguro. You can eat raw. I've never had that before. My father-in-law just bought some maguro, and I remember Emily would always want to get ice cream from that machine when we came here. Yeah, memories of that. Fishing. Here's a big old halibut. Wow. And they got other fish in the aquariums and all kinds of stuff. All right, I'm back at the house, and I'm going to spend the rest of the afternoon, just a few hours of it, does remain here in the garden. I must admit, I'm a little bit overwhelmed by the formidable nature of this. I never knew that. I keep saying the word, taming the land was so much work. It's more like the land is taming me, but let's get started. I'm feeling a little exhausted, so my upload ambition will be lackluster, I think, but let's try. All right, reality check. So I don't know if I'm wrong about my opinion of getting old or correct about my opinion of getting old, or some combination, probably last. But as I've begun to take on that open patch of garden, land out there, I can't call it a garden yet. It's just an open patch of land that I intend to make into a garden. it's beaten the crap out of me. I've been at it for 3 days, and it's wiping me out. And I don't think this is a problem that needs to be fixed. This is just a recognition of what I am. Look at that. I just noticed now that there's characters written on the door there. Look at that. There's ki, da, ko. I'm reading them backwards. Something up there. Di, ko, da, ki. And a smile. And yeah. Look at that. It's like a mystery writing from the past owners written in, that's, I think that's katakana. Isn't that interesting? And there's like finger marks there as well. I've never noticed that until now. And then something else down there. Very interesting. Anyway, so here's the thing. I'm getting my butt kicked out there. I go out there and all I'm trying to do is I've squared off a parcel of land about the size of my room back here. 6 tatami mats, not very big. And all I'm trying to do is turn the soil to prepare it for a garden. And it's killing me. It's much harder than the bamboo. It's just the ground is interlaced with a tangle of roots and vines, and there's rocks. Not a lot of rocks. I found the rocks in other places out there by the bamboo. There's not a lot of rocks. There's some. I'm rambling a little bit, huh? Back to the point. So immediately I'm imagining that, well, what can I fix? What can I change about me? Clearly I'm weak. Is it my diet? I don't think so. I eat a really good Japanese, I eat the same diet that everybody in this valley eats. A good, healthy Japanese diet prepared by my Japanese wife. Am I not getting enough exercise? That's clearly not the case. I'm a very robust yet cautious walker. Sure, I don't have a lot of upper body strength, not as much as I should, but I've taken it slowly. I've been working at it with the hoe and the shovel and the thing. My tools, sure, okay, that's an easy fix, right? I could hire a rototiller or a machine of some sort to come in here and tear up the land. But that's not addressing the issue. That's solving the problem in another way. And I'm not, in my life, I'm less interested in addressing issues than understanding reality. So I'm going to take this in a slightly different angle and suggest, okay, how did I open with? I said, was I right or was I wrong? What was I right or wrong about? Well, Rudy, he hears the postman riding by in his scooter. Rudy, come here. It's okay, it's just a postman. Postman doesn't need to die. That's why I put that screen there. Rudy, come here. It's just a postman. Rudy. I'm gonna have to take in the laundry too. Come here. He gets so nervous and anxious, and now they got Ollie barking too. Okay, so here's the thing. If I can't carry him, that'll be a little mellow. I'm 60 years old, and I talk a lot about my decline. I've been sensing it going on since 57. Steady, both body, physical and mental. And I'm all right with that. I don't think that's a problem I have to solve because I'm living well. I'm living a good life. I don't have a lot of stress anymore now that I'm retired. Like I said, all the other things. This is okay. And if that's the case, that's all right. It's all right. It doesn't bother me, and it's I find it interesting. What I would rather do is recognize if that's the case and then adjust my life accordingly. It doesn't mean I'm going to sit on the sofa there and watch TV all day. But it means I have to maybe consider what kind of ambitions I do want to have that are more in line with the reality of what I really can do. For example, I think the postman's passed. Just down below my thing here. Do you see this small patch of garden that I've got going on here? All this earth that's been turned. I've done that already. It was a lot of work, but I got it done. It wasn't like that friggin' jungle out there. This is all ready to go. This is all ready to receive a fence and put in a garden. Maybe that's what I should focus on for this first year. Leave that wilderness out there, maybe for a few potted plants, something like that. Clean the bamboo out of the bamboo trail. You know, stake it off, kind of mark the territory in a way, and keep my ambitions very humble and simple. Invite Yoko and Yumiko out there to do as they see fit. Maybe they can get more done than me. I won't get a power tool, so that's not going to happen. I'm a hand tool kind of man. I can do the gardening the way that I want to because I don't have to do it. So, and I don't want to go out there with a power tool. I don't want to go out there with a chainsaw or a power tool of any sort. I want to work the land with a shovel and a rake and the clippers to the best of my ability. I think this is me exercising my creed, right? Recognize using hashtag reason. First of all, hashtag temperance. All things lead with temperance, it seems. Hashtag temperance to stop myself in my tracks before I do too much, before I hurt myself. Hashtag reason to recognize the situation, the reality that I'm older and I don't have the same capabilities that I once had. And hashtag limits, to define what those limits are and work with them, and as well as the opportunities that these entail. Okay, that's I think all I wanted to say. If I get that message out in this video, it's really not a message, it's more like a note for myself. Because these dialogues into the camera, this soliloquy into the camera, helps me to understand. Look at that. There's a dove on the roof of my shed. I don't know if you can see it down there. We'll stop for now, have another cup of tea, and settle in for the evening. And enjoy the recognition of true limits and opportunity, and think about how I can operate better within that identified, accepted scope. Thanks for listening.